What is up, you kayak freaks? I knew you were there. Today we're going to talk about the Werner Ovation. Probably one of the lightest kayak paddles in the industry. But you don't like or subscribe. It's fine. We like paddles and you don't. The Werner Ovation is basically a tip to hat to Werner Sr., who started Ovation. So this is a full carbon paddle, full carbon blade and shaft, and reduced weight. So they put this at 512 grams. However, with the reduced weight, they say reduced strength. And you can see that the blade is thinner. A lot thinner than a normal kayak paddle would be. Maybe even twice as thin. So, full disclosure here. I didn't buy this paddle. I kind of did. I mean, I bought a kayak and it came with it. And I was like, wow, that's great. So, I probably got at least 100 miles on this thing. This is probably one of the first good paddles that I got a while back. When I first started kayak touring, which actually really wasn't that long ago. I came from a surfing background, so when I moved to a state that there was no surf, I was like, I need to do something. So I got into sea kayak touring, and since I was in the semi-professional surf industry in Jersey, I decided, why not? You know what I mean? Let's just start kayaking. And it fit right in with all the other stuff that I do, because I'm obsessed with boats and fishing and kayaking and gear like this. So, full disclosure on that one. I've actually rolled with this a few times. It'll work with rolling. I don't recommend this paddle for anything than really just distance touring or general paddling. You definitely don't want to push off rocks with this, no matter how much you want. I think I pushed off a rock with it. I don't have any chips in it yet. Actually, I think I might have sanded this edge slightly because it did get a little chewed up. I noticed that just in its daily grind. So this is one of the only straight shaft paddles that I have. I prefer a bent shaft unless I'm using a Greenland style blade. So if you're going touring all day, this is a great paddle. It's good for backup. It's actually the most expensive paddle in their lineup. Personally, I think you best invest in one that's even than any of the cheaper ones. This is even more expensive than the MCS full carbons, like the Callisti and the Cypress. So, hey, it's up to you. But if you want something that's super, super light and you don't care about money, I basically got it for free. It was like buy a kayak, get the paddle free. So, super, super lightweight design. The lightest paddle I've ever used. It's a little long for me. I'm more of a high angle paddler. This is for somebody that's definitely a low angle paddler. But if you got a wider kayak, something like this, I don't exactly know what size this is. I'll put it in the description or on the first page. I thought it was a 220 or I think it's a 230. So it's probably as long as like my quill and almost as long as the Kayaking. But yeah, really good lightweight, nice flat back face here. Great for sculling. Really smooth in the water. As you can see, it's an elongated blade, which, you know, when you look at, you say touring blade, you know, because one that would be more designed for rough water would be shorter and a little bit wider, because that's what we do. That's what we like. And a drawn-out blade like this is definitely better for touring boats. Even a boat that's a little wider, something over 22 inches, you want to run like a 230 centimeter paddle, 220, 22, 23 inches, like your Sitka XTs and things like that. So, really all I gotta say about that. You can see on here the ferrule has a series of teeth, and it's got all of the degrees marked out. I actually like the connection. I think it's fine. It makes it good. It makes it good for just being able to change on the fly. I paddle straight. I don't paddle canted, but it's got a little cutout here that'll show you exactly what degree setting, and it's as simple as just pushing the button here, lifting out, twisting it to your degree, and putting it together, and you're locked in. Alright, so. Don't got a lot of miles on that, and that's real nice and tight. There's zero movement right here on the shaft. A little bit back and forth. I mean, that's acceptable, right? Nothing in there, because I feel like there's teeth inside of this really kind of locks it in where you don't get side-to-side movement in your ferrule. But that's your system, and it works well. And quick to adjust. You know, you're canted, now you're at 30. Power face. As you can see, a very nice dihedral here. You know, these concaves are designed to shed water from the face and reduce flutter from paddles. A nice long scoop tip up, which is great for draw strokes and sculling and things of that nature. Once again, a little sharp on the edges with finish when I first got it, because I don't think the guy really used it. I got it, purchased it from. I'm pretty sure I took a little bit of 2000 grit sandpaper and just went around the edge so they weren't as sharp. You know, you get hit in the face with this thing, it's going to leave a mark. Well, I mean, you get hit with anyone, it's going to leave a mark. But exceptionally thin. I mean, you could bend the tip here. See, there's flex in this. And for stronger paddlers like me, I actually can feel this paddle move and flex. Somebody that maybe not a stronger paddler might not feel that. That is one thing. I'm not sure if it's good or not, but I'm kind of like, ooh, I feel the flex in the actual blade when I paddle. And you can see just by how much it moves. Maybe you can't see it on camera, but it's moving. I got a couple scratches on this, but like I said, I got about 100 miles. Nothing crazy. Yeah, if you're looking for lightweight, this one wins. I think they make it as short as a 220 and probably a little bit longer, maybe like a 240, which is pretty long. That's pretty much it. If there's any paddles out there you think you might want me to review, put them down in the comment section. Maybe I'll get one in. You never know. There's so many brands that make like really good paddles these days. Any of them that are in the mid to top tier, the full fiberglass or the full carbons, you're going to get your money's worth out of them. And they're usually fairly durable and lightweight. Hey man, drop me some comments. Like and subscribe. Would you just do it already? Check you later.